Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Post-fight review for Richard Torrez Jr. versus Willie Jake Jr. And Torrez, he didn't mess around. Coming off an injury layoff, so he's been out of the ring for 6 months due to a hand injury, showed no signs or ill effects of that. He stops Willie Jake Jr. in under a round, and actually it was more like about a minute. Right from the get-go, you had Torrez being aggressive, landing a nice left hook, left hand I should say, and then you had a situation where Willie Jake Jr. was trying to track Torrez down, basically chasing him across the ring, and Torrez obliged with a beautiful right hook, and it drops Willie Jake Jr. and he lands face first, and I thought it was going to be all over here, but he manages to get up, beat the count. He says he wants to continue, and then you have Torrez just wailing away on him on the ropes. Willie Jake Jr. was not throwing anything back. He wasn't necessarily getting hit clean with much, but the referee ultimately had to intervene. He jumps in, and quite a comical ending, because just as he's jumping in, you have Jake trying to throw a right hand, gets caught in the rope, and then as a result of it getting stuck, he then careens onto the canvas. And actually, you know, when he tried to get up and go to the corner, he looked a little shaken up. Whether that was from his own, faux pas or from the punches or a bit of both, unclear. But you have Richard Torrez advancing to 6-0 and starting to really ingratiate himself with fans, and they're starting to push him a bit at Top Rank, the Olympic silver medalist. He's a very affable guy, and they've been trying to build him up and build his profile. And with first round performances and stoppages like that, and this is the second first round stoppage this year for Torrez, he's certainly going to get some highlights out to a broader audience. And they do look like they want to try to build him into a regional star, a guy that they can have some different heavyweight fights, similar to what they tried to do with Jared Anderson and are doing. I think ultimately they'll try to have Torrez in that Tulare where he's from, try to build him up, have some fights in that sort of broader area, and try to get people behind him. And with performances like that, albeit against low-level opposition at this stage, he is going to get some name recognition starting to grow and start bringing in the eyeballs to Top Rank and ESPN. So what we saw, what did we learn? Not too much. Let's face it, Willie Jake Jr., 40 years old. He had a winning record. He's not terrible, but he's not great at the same time. And it is what it is. We don't really learn too much. But the hand injury, he's obviously come back from that. He's had a 6-month layoff. I mean, it's more like 4, because he was going to be out on a card in, May or whatever it was, and he had to be taken off that due to the injury. So hopefully he hasn't sustained any more damage in that short amount of action that we've seen him in, and maybe we'll see him again 1 or 2 more times this year. It's August, and given the opposition that he's sort of facing at this point of his career, he probably could be out again twice more. I think it's almost at the point where he needs those incremental step-ups where we go, actually put him in with someone who's actually durable and go some rounds. He's only been to the 3rd round once, and this was his, I think, 3rd out of the 6 fights, 3rd or 4th first round stoppage. So you have a case where he needs some rounds, he needs some seasoning, and they need to do those incremental step-ups in the next 4 or 5 fights where we can kind of start to build more of a picture of where he's at and where he's going. But obviously, what we've seen so far, he looks good. I think he has tightened up on a few of those things early where we're kind of like, maybe he's an accident waiting to happen. But you got to say, he's fun. He's a fun fighter, very compact, and a bit of a whirling dervish, likes to throw his shots, and he hits hard. He's got pop. Let's see how far he can go. Richard Torrez gets the win. Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Boxing_squared. I'm out.